All right, everybody, let's move over to doing the mod. So I'm going to do another episode looking at a mod nation, specifically a mod nation. In this case, you can see I've selected it. I've selected Sombre's Warhammer compilation, version 1.25, which is quite recent. Plus, he's also got an additional mod that sort of supports it, which includes the Warhammer population types, particularly province defense. So I've activated those two. So let's have a look-see. So I want to start off, we'll do tools and manuals. Mod nations are usually set in the Middle Ages, and I know these ones are. It's a pretty big mod, so it takes a little bit to load. So it's not quite obvious when you first glance. When I first was glancing around, I played Ogres, a version of it, well back in Dominions 3. Had a bit of fun with it. Even played it in some multiplayer. I don't remember that in too much detail, but it's still an interesting thing. So what we're after here is the Gold Tooth tribe. So you can see this is kind of classical, all kinds of Sombres. He's got a little bit of a glitch here. I wonder what the red square means. So we've got a bunch of very strange, very odd sorts of things. Some pretty cool sprites. These sprites are some of his older ones, because I remember much of these. So let's just start off with, what have we got here? We've got the Noblars. So there's a pretty classic scout. No, there's nothing too special about it. It can throw some scrap. So this is a mechanic. I remember this from when I played this before. Anyways, there's a basic scout. What's next? The Bruiser. The Bruiser is second only to the Tyrant in terms of strength. So yes, they're strong. What have they got for special abilities? Got a great club and a smash. Now, what's this smash? Charge bonus for first strike. Okay. It's got pretty poor attack and defense, although their base stats aren't too shabby. For other oddities, so he's got quite a bit of survivals. It's a pillager. Eats a lot of food. It's got a little bit of dark vision. Tax collector. Okay, so that is potentially useful. Taskmaster for leading slaves. Chaos recruitment. So turmoil is particularly going to save us some money, but it's going to depend more, I think, on the... Oh, I see. So he's ambidextrous. And then unsurroundable. All right, so move on to the next. The Tyrant. Tyrant has much the same. A little bit of cold resistance. What we got here? Mason. Okay, so that's new from when I played this. And promotion. If it gets enough experience, it'll turn into something else. Okay, does it once promoted, this Tyrant will be given a big name, so it will take an extra turn. What do they promote into? And to gain a big name, a title which marks them out as an ogre of note in what passes for the history of their kind. Okay. Got two-handed, so they use a hammer and a choppa, or kind of like falchion maybe, and they've got the ogre smash as well. Moderate amounts of armor. So, and then they're a leader 80 commander. That's probably the important thing. So this is your leader 60 commander. What do we have next? Firebelly. So we're looking at a fire 2 mage. Quite a bit of fire resistance. Most of the other typical ogre details. Inept researcher. Well, you're not going to want to buy these to do research then. Chaos recruitment. Again, save some money. And in combat, they've got a flame strike. I assume that's length of 2. Cannot be used for repelling. It's got a small area of effect. Ogre smash, and then a fire breath. Range is strength divided by 2, so it's about 8. Okay, interesting. What's next? Ogre Hunter. So nature mage with Beastmaster. And what about randoms? Just fairly minimal randoms. is also another inept researcher, so, boy, it's looking an awful lot like we're going to have some challenge with research. The club and a smash and a harpoon. If you want to read the fluff text, I'll leave that to you. I'm not terribly interested in spending time reading text to people. Next is the butcher, so blood magic, fairly substantial, inept researcher as well. Random magic skills, a little bit of an opportunity to get something, a little fire. A more or less blood mage, adept sacrificer, okay, so they can sacrifice, blood sacrifice, and otherwise a little bit of poison resistance, quite a bit. They're sacred. I didn't notice sacred, not sacred, not sacred. So that was the butcher. What's next? The slaughter master. Very similar to the butcher with a little more everything. Okay, so the cross paths are 100%, still inept researchers. And then the big, the Yeti, or Yeti, shaman. So water, earth, nature with the same plus a chance of death. And a giant sky bone. And that curses, and it's a magic weapon. So definitely thuggable. Definitely thuggable. A substantial amount of cold power, chill aura, cold resistant, and chaos recruitment. So certain things are becoming pretty obvious. Oh, and a significant siege bonus. And an adept researcher. Okay, but they're going to be requires a cold 2 mountain province to recruit. Now, these guys can be recruited in all highlands and mountains. So I'm assuming without a lab, with just a lab, and none of them can be recruited outside forts as well. Can be recruited in all highlands and mountains. Can be recruited outside forts as well. Okay, so those are interesting things. So let's go over the units. Suppose we should also have a quick look here. Recent years, the Maw. Oh, I remember having to deal with the Great Maw, which is going to be interesting. The banner of Ogre Tyrant, Greasus Goldtooth. Hungry Ogres. Ogre King Noblars prefers Gold Skill 2. Ogre Infantry, Noblars, and Specialized. Bloodfire, a little bit of Earth and Nature. Priests cannot preach, but get a bonus with blood sacrificing. Okay. Hungry Maw Dominion requires constant sacrifice. Very primitive forts. Tyrants could build better forts. Temples are cheap. I remember that. What about, 4 slaves? Fire, nature, and earth, and the giant. All kinds of summons. Oh, those are just, yep, alright. Get over to that. We got here the Yetis shaman and some heroes. Alright, so unit-wise. So these Noblars, they're slaves, they're undisciplined, and they can throw a little bit of really seriously pretty low damage bits of scrap. But 3 gold a pop, so that's crazy cheap. No resources, no recruitment points. 6 hit points, okay. What about the trappers? We got a trapper dagger. It's got a net built into the dagger. Interesting, for 5 gold. And they're stealthy. Are the other Noblars stealthy? I think they are not. Okay, so the trappers are stealthy. Do the scouts have any leadership? They do not have any leadership. I'm not really sure how you're going to take advantage of this. Are hunters stealthy? They are. Hunters are stealthy. They can lead a little bit, but that's not very much. Alright. What about the bull? Okay, so there's high hit points, size 3, medium protection, heavy hitting weapon, fairly expensive. And then next we've got the Iron Fist. What's the Iron Fist strike? Damage, attack, okay. Okay, so it's basically 2 weapons. Same price. Choices are just a little bit different. Okay, got plate and bits. Alright, next up is a big two-hander. It's a big chopper with a smash. What have we got here? Bodyguard. Okay, a little bit more expensive. So a lot of infantry so far. Death Belcher. Aha! This is effectively a big shotgun. Range is 10, 3 shots, poor precision, but it's 6 of these, so that's 66, arguably. So that should be entertaining, but only 3 shots. I remember using these and having a lot of trouble with blasting everything around it. It kind of goes out in a cone, if I remember correctly. The Man-Eater. When you recruit a Man-Eater, you will randomly get either a Western, Eastern, or Southern variant. So that's 2 swords, a little bit more protection, quite a bit more protection. Solid stats, strong, limited recruitment. Okay. And next, Morn Fang Cavalry. Oh boy. Oh boy, look at those things. 17 protection, 32 hit points. Not sacred. Haven't seen any sacreds yet. Huge amounts of survivals. They'll be high speed. How fast are they on the map? 18, but with survivals. Now what have we got? The Pit Fighter, capital only, and it's a sacred. So Bless might be kind of the wrong thing to do, but it might work out. So these guys, oh, the stump plates. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, they're stuck on there instead of their hands. Okay. And scrap launcher. So basically a catapult. So scrap barrage, range of 40. Very poor attack skill. Damage value, but how many? It's 20 shots at a range of 40. So kind of like a troop version of the Blade Wind spell. That's pretty funny. And then the Slave Giants. These are very expensive, and they're a unit. Giant Stomp, I believe, if I remember right, it's got a small area of effect. So this troop uses a smaller sprite on the recruitment screen for ease of use. Okay, that explains the little red circle that we saw. Heavy chains, and pretty sure they don't have any slots at all. And last but not least, the Yetis. And they have to be a cold 2 mountain province. So a lot of expensive stuff, a lot of big giants. So I wonder what we should do. I'm gonna just make sort of a rough guess. Okay, this is a pretty small pantheon. I should back up a second here. What did I have for? It's really not much for. Okay, so the Slaughter Masters and the Butchers are sacred. Beyond that, the Yetis are not. And for sacred units, we've got the Pit Fighter. And clearly we're going to want to go with Turmoil. That's pretty blatantly obvious. Oh, well. Okay. Well, I'm going to start fairly simple. Still haven't thought through what might be a suitable bless, but maybe we'll just... I think we'll just pick something very, very simple. Okay. Death, Nature, and Blood, or... Oh, shoot. I clicked the wrong thing and I knocked us back out. Where did we go here? Goldtooth Tribe. So what Titans do we have available? The Earth Mother, always viable. And you know, a Regen Bless. Let's go with a very simple choice. I'm going to go Earth Mother. I'm going to go Dormant. I'm going to go Turmoil. Probably don't need any productivity. We'll go Cold 3. We're going to be blood hunting. We'll go for some growth. 6 or 7 here. Go for 5. and 7. So there is regeneration and fire shock resist. So these are both incarnate, but we'll try to expand without it. So we're done with the blessing. Now the question is, we've got to do something with the research. Should we go? I'm going to dump a little bit of sloth. I'm going to take a bit of luck. Actually, I'm going to take even more sloth. Can we go to 7? No, too much. Do we want to go to 7? I think not. All right. I think that's good enough for a trial. Triala. Well, that's not a great name. Big Mama. All right. So let's make a new game. I think we'll go with a bit of a random map. And we'll go a medium. Just for simplicity's sake. East-west wraparound. Sure. A few normal amount of water. Rivers, caves. Looks good. Ogre test 1. And off we go. So we want to be ogres. Now, I don't think the AI is going to do a great job of this, so I'm just going to toss in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make it a fairly small game. There'll just be some action. And let's give it a go. All right, Big Mama, you're up and running. For test expansion purposes, I'm going to turn thrones off. I'm going to allow renaming, story events, scored graphs, random events, score graphs disabled. Actually, I'm going to turn score graphs on because this is testing. And we'll have a look-see and see if that really defines anything. Okay, let's let it generate. It's going to take a little while, so maybe I will, while this is doing its thing, I'm going to grab myself a glass of water. Well, that didn't take very long. Map nuke would have been nice, but don't really need it today. Alrighty. So let's see. First mage. You know, I'm thinking maybe what I want is a hunter. Did I start with a scout? I did. So let's prophetize the starting commander. Send the scout out looking over this way. We need a mountain. We need a lot of mountains. There's 2 of them. So we very much want to head that way. And what's the starting army? Got some of the Iron Fists. And we've got some of the Bulls. Okay, I think cost-wise I'm going to skip purchasing the Pit Fighters, the Sacreds, for the time being. I'm going to, for fun, how many can I get? 1, 2, oh my gosh. Maybe I went too low on the resources. Oh, they cost a lot of resources. Well, they have guys that don't cost hardly any resources. Well, first off, let's decide which mage to go for first. I'm gonna sort of go with, not maybe the big guys, too expensive. The Butcher, we'll get some blood magic going on very, very quickly. We probably want more attack than anything else. And I think we have to go bulls because it's the only thing we can buy enough of. And then we'll add some trappers just to fill out. Alright, so we've got spare gold. Not a huge amount. And off we go. Let's give it a shot. So we don't really want to be. Let's start with researching just blood magic for now. Levels 1 and 2. I don't want a blood hunt in the capital just yet. And this guy will just grab everything. There's really no point to splitting these up. We'll have him cast. We don't really need Divine Blessing, but he should bless himself. And then he can just cast whatever works. These guys may as well be right up front. I don't have formations. And the trappers are these little noblars. We'll have them throw their scrap. They're undisciplined, so we'll put them on the side and they'll do what they do. And this guy, he could be here. Alright, let's give it a shot. We got some Bone Tribe. It could be miserable. Let's try this farm. Can always use gold. Alright, so no changes here. I think I will get another. Could start diversifying right off the bat, which I think I will. I'll grab a hunter. And I can get 2 more. Okay. Off we go. Pretty straightforward. Let's see how these guys do. I suspect they just chop everything up very easily. I'm also curious to see if the scrap actually does anything at all. I'm sort of guessing it won't. Let's see. We don't see anything. Okay. What about these guys here? He hit, no points of damage, couldn't penetrate. The big guys chop things up pretty easy. You take a bit of a beating. Yeah, they're pretty easy to hit. The defenses we got. Oh, terrible defense skill. Isn't that funny? Do all of them have such bad stats? No, that guy's... Okay. So we're taking quite a few afflictions. The losses are definitely a little on the high side. But it was successful. So we might need something a little more complex. Alright, I think I've seen what I wanted to see there. Unexpected event, we got some gems. Okay, well that's not too shabby. So we want to get to these mountains. Now, alright, here we are. We can recruit scouts. Once we have a lab and a temple, we can get butchers. We can make bruisers. Because we have extra gold, we'll probably end up making... So, not enough resources. We can get 1 bruiser, or we could just get a few noblars. Well, I think I'm going to add an extra scout for the time being. We'll just kind of do this. Yeah. We'll come along and pick them up as things happen. Alright. So. Let's change this up a bit. Now we'll grab... Okay, we'll grab 1 more. Alrighty. I'm satisfied with that. The leadership on those guys, not very good. Those guys, not very good at all. But we'll worry about leadership later on. So let's move towards getting some mountains. Let's go see where the other people are. See if anybody else is hanging around. Ready, 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 ready. I am ready. Off we go. So, we lost an Iron Fist this time. The trappers are still hanging in there, doing their thing. No troubles there. Gold, we got 85 left. This scout, send him a different direction. We're going to want to build some kind of cheapish commanders. Now, how's my candles doing? I'm at a single candle. But I already have slaves, so you know what? this guy actually has to be on perform blood sacrifice. Otherwise I won't have any candles and I'll be killed. A little like Bicklin in that way. Here we have the gold. We don't need that many. We're going to need one more. So it'll take a little while, but we'll get them so that we have an independent. So I think what I really need is I need butchers. That's sort of the core. I just grabbed like a hunter and a fire belly for potential future site searching. This army's fine. We'll use it the same way it is. Oh, I forgot to buy a little bit of province defense. Always do just a little bit of that for now. Alright guys, off you go. Can I afford to pick up anything? No, not yet. Battle in Spring Spires. Well, that was a little tougher, but they did it. So now I have the possibility, wrong temperature. Okay, I haven't spread my scales enough. And I'm running out of money. So I should turn off these guys, turn off the scouts. Let this guy finish off. We've got some extra resources. Now the pit fighters are 12 protection. These guys are 11 protection. We're just going to have to stick with bulls for the time being. With the sacrifice, I'm not seeing, okay, 16-16 by one little bit of province defense. And when this extra commander is built, we send him back. He'll collect another army and start heading out in a new direction. So, are these guys strong enough to take this? How much is left? Ooh, touch and go. But let's try that one. Just we'll see if it works. And we're seeing who we got here. Who joined the game? Pretenders of the World. What have we got here? Ashdod. Okay, so Ashdod's the first one we met up with. Let's keep scouting along, finding what we can find. And built another scout. We'll send him this way. Yes. That's it. Do a quick host. Uh-oh. 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 There was a bump. But the Prophet made it. So there was always some risk to that. So where is he? Where is he? Here he is. Alright. Grab whatever is here. Everybody move to the capital. Pick up the troops. Actually, I guess if the Prophet's going to the capital, this guy can go here. Pick up these guys. Put them on my standard. Hold ×5. Save that as position 1. And we'll go from there. Off and running. Off and running. So, should I diversify a bit? Now I've got quite a bit of gold. I think I can start recruiting some slaughter masters. Resources are done. So we've got gold, moderate resources. Lots of gold, lots of resources. Pit fighters. More resources. Oh, I guess I wasn't thinking about that. I guess every turn I should get my 2 man-eaters. Yeah, I should get my 2 man-eaters. May as well. Sounds good. So I'm just debating on it if it's time to shift to... No, I don't have the resources. So I'm not totally convinced that my decision to go without any... So we need to save some gold to start prepping to be able to build another fort. This is a farm, so we kind of would like to beat Ashdod to it, but it'll be touch and go if we can. We do need the resources. Alright, let's see, where does this lead? Nowhere particular. Let's go this way. This guy can go up that way. This guy can go over here. We've got enough gold, we could start recruiting here again. I should get one more. That's going to take a little while. Let's do this again. Over here, let's do one more of these. And here. So I can get a hunter here. Well, that's kind of useful. Can't quite afford it. But this has pretty good resources, so let's go for... Why did it... Oh, I ran out of money. That's alright. Actually, if that's the case, if I'm out of money rather than resources, let's focus on taking advantage of the resources and get fewer Noblars for a while. Alright. Hey! Yes, my PD is Ogre and the Noblars from outside the forts. I talked to Sombre when I was getting ready to do this today, and another fellow, don't quite remember his name, but they both said it gets a little more interesting if you add the optional mod, so I showed activating that at the very beginning. And welcome to the stream. Oh, that's you, Sombre. Good grief. Took me a minute. I should have known that. Unexpected event. Ripper the Gutsman. The mighty hero Bragg the Gutsman has joined your cause. Aha, so what is he? Greatsword of Sharpness. Ogre Smash. 60 hit points, not sacred. So basically, he kind of should be out fighting. Just how we'll go about that. He's size 3. Hey! Well, Wonko, I haven't streamed Destiny. The competition is so heavy there. I mean, do people want to watch an old guy kind of fumble his way around a shooter? I don't know. I'm not bad. I'm not bad at all. The other thing about it is, most of the time with my clan, they're not big into being part of streams. So I joined a kind of mature person's clan, and it's fairly quiet and calm. So no, I haven't really considered. Well, I have considered streaming Destiny. I haven't got to it yet. We'll see. If I was going to stream Destiny, I'd want to have some kind of a thing I wanted to do. Like maybe an interesting possibility for Destiny would be to make a brand new character and work through the story parts. Something like that. But I don't really want to get into builds or tricky stuff. Alrighty, we got to put together another army. So, should we take half of this? I guess the man-eaters can mix in with everybody else. Combat speed is 13. Combat speed is 15. Alright, so I'm going to go with... Yeah, the early hero was nice. I'm just debating. Wonder if I should... I think he's size 3. I think I should give him 3 bodyguards. Actually, maybe the man-eaters. Oh, we cannot lead any units. Okay, so we just gotta... What's his combat speed? 15? Alright, let's put him in with the other guys. We'll bring a few more bulls. We'll grab all the crazy Noblars for the time being. And what am I recruiting? Man-eaters and bulls. Only one man-eater? I ran out of gold. Alright, I gotta turn some other recruitment off, I think. Anything happening? That guy's just finishing up. Oh, wow. Oh, I just can't afford a second one of these Slaughtermasters. Well, I'd rather go for this. The Greatsword Weapon is a typo? Let's have a look. Length is 4, so and it's not a greatsword, obviously. It looks like a kind of flail with a crane hook. Actually, that looks like a meat hook on a flail staff. So I guess it's just a typo. Let's see what it says. It's a 2-handed armor piercing plus... So it's a flail. Yeah. It's absolutely a flail. Oh my gosh, extra hit effect on hit, area fear. Okay, we gotta fit this guy in. He's combat speed 15, so we're gonna bring him along. And then I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of have him a little on the edge. Wouldn't hurt if I was to buy at least one national better commander. So you know what? I'm going to grab a couple of these guys. Oh, are they 2 commander points? That's alright, but they're leadership 80. So I'm going to grab one of those for the time being. And that puts me quite short of resources, but that's okay. Alright, are we comfortably set up? This is probably more bulls than I need for the purpose. Put these guys a little on the side. Can you do 2 squads? Yeah. And is this guy I want him to kind of move in with the crowd. We'll put him in right up front. That's my idea anyways. Alright. So, we have some spare gold. Are recruiting anything here? This one has pretty good resources, so I'm going to stick to grabbing the... And hopefully we can start chilling it down so we can get some Yetis. This guy, grab whatever's here. Head back to the capital. So, we can grab 1 bull and 1 noblar. We can grab 1 iron fist and 3 noblars. Good, I like that. Yeah, I see that just the name is messed up, so did you copy it from the Greatsword of Sharpness? I'm guessing, probably. Where'd it go? Here we are. Alright, see if we can find the other, oh, who's this? Brown Jotunheim, I'm guessing. Yep, Jotunheim. Is that his capital? Doesn't look like he's been doing any expanding. Sometimes the AI is just so bad. So bad. I wouldn't mind some more scouts. Let's grab one here. Alright, off we go. Oh, that's kind of fun. Okay, so my prophet got himself a heroic ability. What did he get? Iron Will. That's not too shabby. How'd this fight go? Oh, the Gutsman's dead? That was it? Oh, good grief. So did he run ahead or what? No, he's right with the pack. I would have thought that would work. Oh, look at that. They left him on his own. Against Bone Tribe. Oh, wow, what a bummer. Oh, well. Best laid plans. I mean, I knew that was Bone Tribe from before, which is why I didn't want to move at it too carelessly, but I should just check to make sure I bought a little bit of PD everywhere. So, yeah, candles are moving up. I suppose I could shift to sacrificing a little faster. I am still net upwards on the slaves. This is probably sufficient for the time being. Alright, we'll send these guys here. Now, have we got enough to put another army together with the new... Where'd he go? There he is. This, by the time, if we collect whatever's here and whatever's here, so can he get over there? 12. I've got the moves on. What's the slow unit here? Okay, I gotta leave the Noblars behind. Yeah, let's leave them behind. We'll catch up with some of them later. Good. He can make it to here. This guy can bring all of this there. And we'll go back to recruiting a mage, I think, for the time being. Now, are we ready to start some more blood economy? That's a pretty good spot for it. This is not bad. This one's almost perfect. And this guy's a 2. I'm going to send this guy over here. I know I was kind of bummed about that. Yeah, you saw what happened, did you? He just wandered off alone to a bunch of bone tribe speedums. Darn things. Dangerous. Okay, and the spare commander can go here and collect whatever's there. So, now, we now have, 2 man-eaters. Oh, we ran out of money. Alright, let's turn some other things off. Because I really do want to be getting my man-eaters. That should do it. Okay, that gives me 2 man-eaters. So, I now have resources to spare, and not a whole heck of a lot of gold. Should I restrict my gold a little bit more? I think I should. I think I should turn these guys off. And I should grab the death belcher. So I can get 1, I can get 2. Nice. And I know these guys are going to collect what they can collect, so I can get 2 iron fists. Should grab a few Noblars, spend the rest? Yes, I think I should. Alright. Whoops. Mercs. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Oh, okay, Jotunheim did expand. Expanded up this way. Scout, 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 scout. New scout. Let's see what Ashdod's doing. And that's the turn. So my expansion is... How are we doing? Slowish, but I lost 1 expansion party to bumping on Ashdod, so... And it had already taken some pretty hefty attrition. Okay, perfectly adequate. Perfectly adequate. I'm curious to see if the man-eaters hold up a little better. What's their protection again? It's just a little bit better, right? 14. Well, 14 to 11 makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference when you're coming up against spears and stuff. Because these are broadswords hitting for 16, spears hitting for 13. Yeah, that little bit of extra protection can make a significant difference. So I think you definitely want to get all the man-eaters you can get. Yeah, that would fine. Now, something... Oh, we're still not cold over here. So what we're trying to do is collect everything. And I think that should do the job we want it to do, which is get this mountain. Just send the spare guy back. This guy is collecting the little bit that's here. It's not a whole heck of a lot. So we're not buying anything there. We're not buying anything there. I'm going to turn off recruitment here for now. Buy a little bit of PD. Yep. I think that's satisfactory. Back at home, still buying butchers. Can I get... No, I can't get 1 more death belcher. So I'm sort of maxed out on the death belchers. That's going to be where we're at for quite a while. We're almost reaching the point where I'm going to start wanting to get pit fighters. Alrighty. Let's see, but oh, who forgot over here? That flag, blue flag, I should know that one. Vanna Roos. Yes, right. Gosh, I should know that one. Spent enough time recording all kinds of fun with Vanna Roos. Man-eaters vary a bit, so the 3 different types. What have we got here? This one's a 14. This one's a 16 with a shield. Oh, he's diseased. Good grief. Oh, a shield spike. Yeah, you've put these shield spikes on quite a few in some of your other stuff, or shields that can be used offensively. Okay, what I got to happen? This guy is going to blood hunt. And if we can afford it, we'll bring it up to 10 province defense for the little bit of patrol capability. This guy's grabbed everybody, head back. And what do we got happening here? So just a oh, there we go. Eastern Man-Eaters, 18 protection. Oh my, pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Okay, so the Man-Eaters do significantly vary. We're still sacrificing research. Oh, I see. I should have popped this up. Now, I don't know. I guess with fire, I might as well grab a little bit of... Let's get up to fireball. And we want to start saving money here. We're going to be a little late on the 8-ball. Alright, if I need to save money, there aren't that many good places to save it. I think I'm going to expand for the time being, worrying about more forts later. Alright, let's see. Jelini Agora. That went great. Perfectly nifty. And here, some attrition. Quite livable. So that's going to need some reinforcements fairly soon. But that grabs me another. So this one or this one both have Yetis. Wrong temperature. Oh, it's not cold enough yet. Right? It's just cold one. This one's cold enough. Oh, is that fun. ET Ice Clubs. Wonder if I should start recruiting them even before it. No, I need to save the money. So, these guys are limited, but I'll keep going for the time being. Okay, who have I got? And this guy, these guys grab, those are the Death Belchers. And then the handful of Noblars, but they're slow. So split them out. Okay, I gotta bring this guy up forward with reinforcements. He's a 12 and a 12. Oh, somebody else is slow. These guys are map move 12. These guys are 16. Okay, they're all 12, so they may as well all be together. It's a little bit too much, but we'll separate them out later. Alright, strong enough to do the job. This one is a little bit of attrition, but that doesn't look too tough. Let's do that one. We'll bring up some reinforcements, PDQ. Okay. If you get outside the Turmoil 3, things start getting a lot more expensive. Oh, yeah, good point. I wasn't paying attention to that. So if I haven't sent my scales there yet, it's best not to be buying. Thanks, that's a great point. So the Yetis are getting their Turmoil recruitment. Actually, I kind of... So they have almost no protection, 34 hit points. Hit really hard. So they're not really a great option for expansion right now. Yeah, so I think I'll wait. I don't need them at the moment. There will come a time. But it would probably be quite useful to hire something here to keep this expansion rolling. 47? Yeah, there we go. Okay, that'll work. Because that's already in the turmoil. Okay, thanks. That was an excellent hint. And I better buy a scout. So I want to bring those slaves to where they need to be. I didn't get that farm. Well, I think I'm heading in the right direction anyways. Alright, let's keep it going. Did not find any slaves. Some crippled guys died. How are we doing? So I lost 3 more bulls. The man-eaters are holding up. So this army's just about at the end of its function without some reinforcements. That army's in fine shape. So what have we got for these guys? Look at that. Heavy cavalries, heavy infantry, and heavy cavalry. This guy could bring whatever here is available. Bring it to... He can't make it? There we go. Alright, pull back, grab the reinforcements. How did he get to... Oh, it's looking like there's a disease site somewhere around. That's kind of wonky. Yeah, looking an awful lot like there's a disease site. So we're going to want to do some searching. Alright. Now what else have we got happening? The Blood Hunter, let's grab the slaves. Bring them home. I mean, we're holding up on the slave income. The sacrifice is fairly steady. Once we get... So this will be the next fort. Yeah. And back at home... Oh, we had a loss of resources. Oh, I suppose that's due to I'm increasing the unrest a little bit. Bummer. That's okay. We'll try out these death belchers here right away. So with 31, do we want to buy some big two-handers? Not really. But you know, oh, pit fighters are expensive. Before I worry about pit fighters, I might have gone too far on the slaw scales. But that's okay. It's a pretty small map. Alright, let's just save the money for the time being. We'll get a lab, a fort going up here, a lab, and a temple. We'll buy a scout here, because we should be able to put that up next turn. So, these guys, are you going to try it? Yes, we're going to try it. Let's try taking out some heavy cavalry. Let's try taking out these ones. See how that goes. It's all experimental anyways. There is Ashdod. Okay, let's do scouting towards places where I would potentially still be able to expand. I'm going to bring the scouts. I've sort of found everybody there is to find, so we'll bring them back. Okay, Big Mama's up. Got 6 split slaves. Oh boy. Well, they didn't have any real trouble with a handful of heavy cavalry. Not too much trouble, anyways. Found a black steel plate. Interesting. Okay, we're off and running. So, we're still cooking with gas. Minus 10 income. Okay. Well, shit happens. So now, this army. That seems a little small. Let's just take a moment and have this guy search. This guy, look at that disease. That's a nuisance. And we can start the fort. Oh, 750. 750. Okay, we could do it. Actually, these guys are how much again? 155, 145, 140. You know what? I think it takes less time to replace that guy. Let's just turn everything off for a turn. Make sure everything's turned off here. That's enough scouts. No recruitment, no recruitment. Turn everything off for fort building for a little while. Alright, start the fort. And... wait a minute. What just happened here? Did I have more money than I thought? Oh, I did. Okay. Well, we could afford a mage. 155? Yes. Alright, Big Mama, you can start doing some research. And then very soon we'll start making pit fighters. Very soon we'll start making pit fighters. So let's see. These guys are. This guy could just dump off his junk. Start heading back. We can't make it. Okay. So do I want to choke off Ashdod? Or put the squeeze over here on Vannever's? I'm thinking... Ooh, that's pretty pricey. I'm thinking we'll put the squeeze on by going here at the Jade Maidens. Yeah, let's put the squeeze on that way. So I've got a little bit of money left over. I could grab an Iron Fist, and it can't really hurt. Those guys are moving where I need them. Okay, let's host. Alright, well, we're coming up to an hour, so I might break it here. Coming up fairly soon. There's a whole bunch of things we haven't had any chance to really look at yet. Well, I succeeded, but the attrition was a little on the hefty side. So this army hasn't got much left in it. But this is just militias. Oh, there's some heavy cavalry. But if I take that, I completely constrain Ashdod from being a problem. So let's take the risk. So now we got something significantly different about to occur here. We actually need both commanders if we're going to use the Noblars. And I want to see the Death Belchers work, so we'll give them a shot. Alright, let's take out the cavalry. Just see how it works. Recruitment's turned off. Construction's underway. I'm trying to get this guy back. Now I need to bring... Yeah, we need to send a butcher over here. And actually, he might as well bring off... Oh, we can't get there if he does that, so skip that. I'm sure we have some other commander can bring those eventually. We could start doing some searching pretty soon, but I'm still pretty busy. So this guy needs to head here to start building temples and stuff. This guy's blood hunting. Now, what have I got in blood magic? So I've got Hench Fiends, blood with fire. Okay, so that needs a lucky round. Oh, I remember these. Bullgorger. Yes, these are spells that don't cost slaves. Does strike the giants, basically. So quite useful if you got to take out something a little bit heavier. And then we could start summoning some additional troops. Gorgers, and a pack of Gorgers, and a Brain Gobbler. We've got Become as Malflesh, Anoint Montrat, Blood Gruel. Yeah, okay. So there's all kinds of stuff we need to kind of get started on. So we probably want to have a look at populations. We've got 87, 52. So we could probably... The research of these guys is kind of crap at the best of times. So let's do doubled up over here. And let's send 2 butchers, 1 and 2, in this direction to blood hunt over here. Alright, what's left? A scout? Let's just have him keep an eye on what Ashdod does. And let's watch our borders now. We've sort of found everybody. Guy could just wait. This guy can head back. And this guy can head back to sort of keep an eye on things. Dump the slaves, head out over there. And we are minimizing our recruitment, but let's get the man-eaters and the death belchers going again. But I might have to stop blood hunting so close to the capital. Actually, I really do, because I need those resources. So it's this guy, I think. Let's send him over here. It's only 4,700, but that's a pretty tiny loss towards blood hunting. All right. All right, I'm going to call it done for today, and I'll look over this, and then I'll do some dinner. This was successful, so I want to kind of see the death belchers work. Let's just see how they do. Here they come, here they come. Whoa! That was pretty fun. They make a mess. Oh, jeez, they make a mess. The friendly flyer is brutal. Alright, so we've seen death belchers make their moment. And this failed. Oh my gosh, did it ever. Alrighty, well, sometimes you make a try, and sometimes you don't succeed. Alright, everybody, thanks for coming by. We're right on the hour, so that's perfect. I will probably move this over to permanent statements or permanent storage, and keep an eye out for the next episode coming up soon. Have a great day.